Hyman, and this is my AEP855 Module 7, the Human Resource Frame. When we look at Bowman and Dale's Human Resource Frame, they talk about that the focus of the organization is as the organization as a family. We need to look at the individual needs, skills, and relationships that come together in the organization. So if we look at the organization and put it together as the individuals, we need to look at each individual's skills, attitudes, teamwork, and their communication that they can bring. Everybody brings a little bit of something different, and together, everybody can just make the organization a little bit stronger. Some things that are important is that the goals of the organization and the individual, they need to come together. If they're not working together, then the organization is going to fall apart. Each person in the organization not only needs to have a part in the organization as far as the planning and the processing, but everybody needs to have their own individual job and feel like they are contributing to the organization. The decision making needs to involve everybody in the organization as much as possible. Everybody's input needs to be considered to be important and taken into account. Communication in a good organization for the human resource frame isn't just from one person dictating down to the rest of the organization. It needs to come from all areas, as we said, but it also needs to meet the needs and the feelings of each person in the organization. When I think about a leader in this type of an organization, the two words that they talked about were servant and catalyst. And I thought this was really important because a leader, is going to get everything started, but they also are there to serve those around them. So when I put my model together, I kind of put my model upside down from what most people would think. But here's my explanation for that. Number one, you've got your principal. This is the top. But the reason why I put it at the bottom was they're the foundation. They are what everything else is built on. So in the human resource network, they're kind of leading and holding up everybody else. Next, I put students and teachers. This is important. Students and teachers are working together, and they have to buy in to the ideas of the principal. If they're not willing to buy into the ideals of the organization, in this instance, the school, then they're not working together and everything's going to fall apart. Next is going to be the parents. I put the parents here because after the students and the teachers, it's up to the principal, the students, and the teachers all to work towards getting the parents to then buy into it. When you have, I think, these four main principles, everything else is going to kind of fall in order. Community, I felt like, comes next. You've got your parents. This is going to be the extended family members. This is going to be community leaders. This is going to be people that can provide services to the organization. But then the principal, through the students, the teachers, and the parents, then filters that information out to the community. I chose to put paraprofessionals here, but paraprofessionals could just as easily move up there along with teachers. Teachers couldn't do what they needed to do if they didn't have this. I'd say the same here with office staff. I've never seen a good principal that didn't have somebody in their office that was making them good also. Your custodian, maintenance personnel, and cooks, here again, this organization is hard. This hierarchy can be hard to put together because given any different type of situations, this can kind of switch around a little bit. Your school runs by your custodians, your maintenance personnel, and your cooks. You keep them happy. Your classrooms are clean. The things are taken care of at the school. That allows the principal to be able to do their job, the students and teachers to be able to do their job, and everything runs in a smooth circle. Everybody's got their needs and wants being met. Last, I put alumni. I can see in higher level organizations where alumni might move up in this. But when you're talking about a high school, sometimes alumni might not play into it as much as others. You've got that school spirit, you've got those things that alumni can bring in. But as far as their role in the actual day-to-day workings of the organization, I think they kind of take a back seat. So I hope you understood and liked my presentation of this model. And thank you so much for watching.